I hope you can hear us. Oh, it seems that he is out of the chat. So, okay, I'm sorry, but I can't tell you anything about the Plovdiv. So we have to wait, but I see him again coming in. Please apologize, but I don't know what happened, but technical wise, I should see him.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Okay.
Sorry for this delay.
It was just a microphone size, so I fixed it now, and you can hear me.
Okay, but we can't see you.
Yeah, the camera just the light is blinking, but there's no option to see me. Sorry for that. Okay. So then let's start.
You can take over. You can share now your screen.
Yep. Okay.
And I will go out and I explain that we will do afterwards some questions, answer some questions. So if you are ready.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Thank you. Michaela told you a little bit about me. So it's very interesting for me to work at Schütz because, like she said, I'm seeing every part, every new dental technician lab or just a dental project in the outside. So I'm very I'm interested to see new things, and it's very important for me to work with my customers and now to show you something about the new software. So let's start. So thank you and welcome to our webinar Plovdiv update 2.4. So just that you can see me here a little bit bigger. Everything that Michaela told you about this. So then let's start. What is new? Yeah, there you can see some pictures from new stuff. They added it in the Plovdiv 2.4. It's just in highlights, so I can show you a little bit what's changed. So let's start with a little bit of history from ExoCAD. What's changed since 2017 ExoCAD started? There you can see, like everyone asked, why this ExoCAD updates or new programs just give any number or just give any name of the cities. ExoCAD is taking capital cities or city of cultures like Valletta, Matera, or Plovdiv. I'm really excited what they will do with the next update. So will there be a New York update or a Munich update or something like that? I think they are very creative about giving such big cities or such capital cities of cultures the option to be named of this software. So 2018 the Valletta update started, and you see every year there will be a new update. So it's very nice. So you can see they working on the software. They are taking care of what the customer wants. What does the industry wants to work everything around with the customers together. That's very nice, and I think they will be very appreciated that we are taking back such criticisms, told them what's new, and yeah. So the thing is, the new update Plovdiv 2.4 is out 2 or 3 months ago. We can see now there are some pictures that you can see, but in the next slides I will show you. But just an overview. What will we discuss in the next minutes? So let's see. I think we will go on first step. So it's just the preparation steps. Everybody knows this preparation steps. We can do the automatically defining of preparation tools. To see the margin line, but now it's possible that we can assess on an algorithm that enables us to follow convex and concave moods. So we can go under the line. Just for intraoral scans, it's very nice. So we can go behind the preparation line, under the preparation lines. So everybody knows intraoral scans are not every time the best type to see good margin lines or something like that. Yeah. So we can take just these lines and we can do more with that. I will give it in the next detail, go update in the detail in the next part. We can go subgingiva, so we can go under the margin line without the gingiva. We can go under the gingiva. Yeah, we have extend options for the detection of the preparation curses. So we can, this new algorithm helps us to get under the complete subgingiva type. So we have more options, just not these fixed lines we have in the materia. So it's possible that we can put it under subgingival. Yeah, that's just one type of that. So let's have a look at the next one. The implant connection. So it's very, very important for very much labs or dental manufacturers to work with implants. It's the implant connection we can move, or we can move it after we designed the complete digital part of the implant module. It's possible that we can customize the connection of the implantat now, so we can rotate them. It's possible that we can fix the finish implant with this type of rotating simplets, that we can move the connection to the part of the jaw or the gingiva, or something like that. So I will give you there a short part of update in the detail. I've added some new pictures. You can see we have opened, or we just opened about expert mode, the complete design. We are going to add the option that we can manipulate the connections by reselecting the implant. Yeah, we can now implant the complete digital part of the screw. Materia did not allow that. So if you just put the false or the wrong implant type, we have to delete everything and start from the new. So that is what we now can manipulate. So the just complete design is not attacked now when we are going to delete this. So it's possible that we can retain, or we can rotate then the complete connection, and we can represent, or we can recharge them, so the implant can be manipulated by ourselves. So it's not even, so it's just even possible that we can rotate the lab analogs or the screws. So let's have a look. What's very, I think it's the best part of the Plovdiv update. We can now update full denture single parts. So in the materia, we just can do both parts, upper jaw and lower jaw, in one thing together. Now we have the option to make, just like in the picture, a single part of full denture module. So we can design them in the full denture part. So we can now just decide what we will do. Is it just one STL, or is it just for printing teeth and printing the base? It's very nice now because the 3D printer are very unfortunately on the market now. They are taking very, very much parts of the dental technician market, or just on the market. I think that's, for me, but I think everyone has another meaning of this. But I think this is for me the just best part of the Plovdiv update, that we can design single jaws for that, and we can design what we can decide what we will do. Just, is it for printing or is it for milling? So for me, it's just the best. I will give you example for that, like you see in the material and the configs. Single dentures and full dentures module with dynamic articulation. So this is now the part we can scale tooth libraries. Besides, it's now they are very free-forming. We can do them. You see in the pictures, like here. I think you can hope you see my cursors. We can do it now if we just put the base. Is it what we were trying to do? Is it just the base of the jaw that we can try to print? Or is it just or we just do it together. So like we have the teeth and we have the jaw print, or we just want to mill it. Like here in the bottom side, it's just to mill and print. So we can decide what we will do, because not everyone is allowed to mill the big parts of jaws. Like we have to put 25 millimeter blanks. Yeah. So we are going to decide. That's for me, like I said, the biggest update for me in the Plovdiv. So let's move on to another one. The bars. It's just a bar module. Everyone, or not everyone, but a lot of people, like we have in the support, are asked us when we do with a single bar. We have a bar structure, but we can do the substructure of the bar. Now we have the option that we can choose directly in the front page of the workflow the substructure bar. Many people before designed the bar structure substructure with the inlay onlay tool, so it was a little bit confusing for some people, or just at wax up. Now we can just do a complete digital workflow to design substructures as a bar. We just got a margin line. We can do a margin. We can do crown bottoms. We can do external parameters like axial radial parts. We can do just like I missed the word, primary secondary crown, like the German crown. So we just have this option to do bars structures in this thing. Yeah, we can decide what we will do now, and we got a complete digital workflow. I will see the update in the details. It's an extended workflow plot for bar bridges. Like you see, we just got a complete design. So we're scanning this optical or tactile with Renishaw, or with just metered scanners, smart optic scanners, DOF scanners, what you are trying to design. So we can do now the bar bridge as a workflow type in the front page of the workflow. The substructures are using, like I said, crown bottoms, margin lines, block out angles, something like that. It's everything like we do in normally crown or bridge modules. We can do it now for the update Plovdiv with this bar structures. It's very nice for me because you don't have to put it just on the inlay onlay part. It was nice too. No offense on this way, but it's very, very easy now. So the measuring tools. They added some new measuring tools. That means you can now measure bigger parts for like this in the timbre crowns, for checking ranges, checking dimensions. What I'm going to do with supplemented measuring useful tools or validation tools. It's a small part, but for I think many of people who ever wanted this, it's nice. I don't use it. I just use the cut view, not using the measuring tool, because the cut view is adjusting, I know, for the fitting of the crowns. But for everyone who just waited for this, it's very, very nice. The update in the details, you see, you can now checking real dimensions with complete measuring boxes, topographic of models, just dimensions from our designs. What is the first and the last time? What is the cement gap? What is the type of the crown? Yeah. So measuring tools are very, very important for some people. Yeah, they use it. They're controlling his complete digital workflow. I think that's a very nice update too. So let's have a look. Everything about the model creator, just a bit. We can now add, you can see additional setting parameters and adjust options for the type of manipulate. Like we can manipulate it with the implant module. We can now fix or look for lab analogs. So we can now adapt and manipulate the model 3D printing. Yeah, we can now add gingiva designs like you see in the pictures. We can now manipulate this with a margin and something in the type of this. So we can now better make fittings. We can make the fitting of the whole teeth with one teeth, like you see in the cut view. I mean, you can see it better. You can just have now the options that we can set the parameters up for every part of teeth we can use to. It's now in the update simple. I just show you with more pictures. Additional setting parameters and adjustment options in the model creator module. We can now manipulate the exchange from our model analogs, like I said, or lab analogs. Yeah, it's like just the implant module. We can now go back and can load the lab analog and have more options now. We don't have the problems that we have in the last few updates. We can now do some like wax app models on the directly through, and we can now, like I said, the gingiva design we can do for it. So we can have a space holder for the gingiva design. Can just now put on everything we can get. So prosthetic saddles, just another small update, but I think it's very nice for us. Like for the partial cut. An extended workflow for designs and prosthetic saddles. Now we can do it like a plate design. It's very nice for me, or I think it's very nice. It's a very nice update. We can use now partial plates to design prosthetic saddles better. We can do it for gluing, just printing or milling, or we can just do it for prepare it better for gluing or something in the way of this. The design is just very simple. It's like you are going to design on a bite splint. You can just you now have your wax up, and then you put on the complete margin line like we do it in the bite splints, and it's very simple for me. Yeah, I will give you just an update in the detail. See, it's like the virtual margin we are doing, the virtual gingiva design. I think everybody knows the virtual gingiva design. It's just an extended workflow. So we block out, like you see, like I said, in the bite splint part, we block out everything. We load on the complete design of STLs. We load in the partial part. Then we are going to design our teeth. We are putting the teeth down in the freeset mode. We just adjust them, give him the parts that we can have to the antagonist. And then it's the extended workflow part, like you see here in the picture right top. It's, like I said, bite splint. We're just doing the bite splint. It's like a bite splint part for the gingiva design for saddles. So it's very easy. So just to put your margin, you can adjust it right back at the office. You can now see it's not the big deal. So it's very, very free to use, and it's very simple to use for people who know the bite splint, but it's also free and simple for people who didn't work with that. So let's have a look on the workflow. There's just another workflow for the thimble crown design. The thimble crown design was in the updates before, but I think nobody really used it. Now they perfectionized it. They did overwhelming workflow for that. They just override everything in this workflow part. It's now very, very easy. This thimble crowns to do just primary, secondary, or just it's like an atomic part. Extended workflow for thimble crown design. We can now design a full manufacturing anatomical crown in 2 ways. The thimble stumps. It's like normal workflow for crown and bridges. We are getting a preparation. We are just taking the margin line, look at the crown bottoms, and then we are just do our normal things like shrinking. So it's we can use shrink. So or it's just anatomical. We are now making the preparation of part of the pieces, and then we are doing the thimble over it. It's one and all. Just we are going to design everything in one part. That's like many videos you see in YouTube. The 3-in-1 part everything workflow can do in just one part. We don't have to first make the crown, the primary crown, and then put on over the secondary crown. It's just now one workflow. We are doing it in just one workflow. So we are going to design first, second, and then everything in one workflow. We don't have many parts that we must to ordner structures, to see where is my STL, where did I load this from 1 to B. This is everything in one part. So we have everything in one case, and we are just put everything from case 1, 2, 3. So I will give you just an option and the update in the detail. The option parameter, we can design a whittle gingiva, and then the thimble crown, just asking on the right side if we use our material. Yeah? It's an extended workflow, the thimble crown design. We can now design manufacture of fully anatomic crown, like I said. And you see it in the picture here. We are just getting the crown part at the bottom, and then we put on the 2 anatomic parts or the shrinking parts from anatomic shrink crowns over it. The thimble stings can be exactly designed with a margin line. The gingiva is adjusted with a cervical margin line for like Toronto British or something like that. It's very simple now. So we don't have to, like I said, we don't have to put on 2 cases. Just design this one forward and then go in the next part, make a new case, name it like 2 parts. We can do now everything in one case, and that's for me just one, like the full denture module, one of the biggest parts in the Plovdiv update we can work with. It's very easy. It can be a little bit confused if you do this for the first time. I was a little bit confused. I'm honest. I was a little bit confused too, because I never saw that before. And just the thimble crown, I tried to use it before, but it was not that simple like that now. The Toronto bridge can be used now better, so it's not. We can be, like I said, nothing must be 2 parts, just one case, the thimble crowns. So we can, like you see, and they adjust in the fitting on the page, like you see in the part in the square here in the bottom. The circle is not square, sorry. We just have the fitting, so we can be sure there will no problem with the fitting of the first and the second part of the construction. So the thimble on the bottom and the thimble stump on the bottom and the crown over it, there will be no problem. Yeah, I hope you can enjoy this. So okay, that was everything for the first time. It was just a little bit. I think it was very fast. It was very fast for me. It's just the update settings, like I told you, from Plovdiv to from Matera to Plovdiv, and I think it's very interesting to recognize that we are going to get every update one more part. So in the last update from Valletta to Matera, like the angled crown, the angled screw directions for implants, and now the biggest part for me are the thimble crowns, and the Plovdiv update for the full denture module. It's very simple to use. I think for everyone who watched our webinar for Plovdiv 2.4 now, I hope every one of you could understand me, my English, and I would say thank you for your attention, and now we can do some questions, Q&A if you want to. Mrs. Pavlich is going to assist me now, that I can hope to fix or hope to answer every question.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you,
Raphael, for showing us your slides. But also, I think you want to show us some few parts also live. Is this correct?
Okay, I could show. I can have a look if I got anything right here now. Okay.
So if you have special questions, because you have also the system in front of him, So please ask. He will show you also some details because he can share the screen with you. So it's no problem to show you more details if you like to see it. Please let us know. Are you preparing, Raphael?
Yes, I am preparing just a small part of the timber. Have a look, just to share the screen for the timber. I just do something. Okay, so timber crown.
So let us know what you like to see. What about if you want to change the library on top of the timbers?
The library, just the tooth libraries. Okay.
So you can share your screen if you like.
So, screen sharing, yeah, it works. Okay. Okay, just now the typical workflow. I will make a little bit speed update on this. So like you see, it's just like a literal articulator.
Share.
Okay, now.
Du musst dein Screen sharen oben.
I shared my screen. Oh, okay, you see now? Okay, perfect.
Okay, so did you got the question? What about?
Sure.
Okay, sorry.
No problem. So, okay. Sharing is good. It looks good.
Yeah, for me, I see it very good.
Nice. So, like you see the margin line, it's very simple. I just put it on the workflow in a normal part, the timber crown. And now I'm going to design it in a fast way. The automatically detect on the margin line is also working very well on the Plovdiv update. So I didn't put any point of preparation margin, any point of this. It just detected on the side on itself. So this algorithm I told them. It also can detect and also can make a single part of this only preparation scan. So we don't have to put on, so let's say there's a point we can use. It just will put on an automatically part of. So we can go on like the normal workflow for crowns and bridges. We just have our crown button with the normal settings to fit for the fitting. So on the question if you want to change the library on the timbers top, so it's like every normal library, you can change it here in the normal part, yeah. Or if it's finished, just at the end of the part, we can also do the customized teeth. We can change like everything part of it. So I will show you. Yeah, so like I said, it's here the part of the crown. We have also now our timber here on the bot side. We have our cement gap we used. And then we have the minimal thickness, the red part from the crown, just 3 thicks. And then we are going to put on our timber crown over it. So it's just the point that we can see everything will be fitting. Yeah. And now just a part of the question if we can use the anatomic to change it, expert mode, and then we can go like the modifying model teeth. So we can now go on. Oh, it's on another page. So here it is. Now it's everything like the part of, we can change it into software from below. Yeah, we can now use our teeth library we got. We can also change now generic, alternative, a short year or something. Or you got the extended tooth library, so you can also add everything for this.
Okay.
That was the question.
So this was, I hope the question was answered. So we have also a question if we can make a full anatomic teeth on bar workflow, question mark. This is from Romina. One question.
Okay. Okay. So let's have a look. I think I... Let's have a look.
Oh, we have to go back to Simon, but first we'll do the full anatomic, yeah? Anatomic teeth on the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Then Simon will come back to your question.
Okay. So let's have a look.
Okay, it's loading.
Yeah, I must have a look if it's the real this part I want to show, because I have just tried very many options with the tool. So we just have a look if it's the real case, the case I wanted to do with the anatomic parts.
Yes, the question is full anatomic teeth on bar workflow.
I know the question. I did it, yeah, but I must show if it's the part we can use to. We just got just the wrong case, I think. Wait. Let's see if this is the real case. So no. There is just I know it. There's just an option to, like we doing, we set on Pontics or something like that for the workflow in the bar module. I didn't get part of it like now. It took a long time to work with.
Kannst du das beschreiben, was du machst?
I'm now setting the margin line. It's like the margin line for the wax up. Then there must be the part with the anatomic teeth to adjust it on the bar. Just like a margin line, but I'm doing it freehand, not with any part of detection. Yeah, I just changed not the detection, or just changed the freehand. So like everybody who knows the workflow will see there is just the option here. There's a part it's not the point changed on the other side. So So like that's like you see in the, like I said in the past of this webinar, there is the option now we can make the gap like a fitting of the crown. So now the yellow part is the cement gap, and the green part is our non-cement gap. So we are going to show we have the options to be the fitting of the crowns and bridges like we have in the bar structure. And normally there must be the part we can do it with anatomic. Like the showcase effect, it won't work now, but we have the option. I had the option. I just worked with the option that I can do every part of the anatomic part. Okay. If that's going to merge, is it there are other small questions we can answer in between? What about
can you see the chat, Raphael?
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
Because Simon was right. That's not what I asked. If you do a Toronto bridge with the Timpless features, there are only 2 teeth library that allows you to do the Timple crown further. But if you want to place other library of teeth, how can you do that? Can you see the question? It's from Simon.
If you do a front print with the Timple features, you can only do these libraries. That allows you to do the Timple crown feature, yeah. But if you want to replace another library of the teeth, how can you do that? Normally it must work. Simon, do you have the extended tooth library, or is it just in your software that you can also use only 2 part of anatomic teeth?
The last chat is also from Simon. We have the generic and the exofarm library. What is if I want to place another library?
As I understand, the structure under the Timble's library fit onto the library. That's very confusing for me that you only got 2 libraries of that. Because I had in my crown, well, okay, that's just a normal crown, but I thought there would be the same option.
Simon I have the teeth library module.
Yeah, okay, normally you must have everything of the part of it. Okay. Like here an hour? Okay, that's very confusing. Okay. Why does this merge so long? Okay. Very confusing that I have to. Well, if you want to, Simon, we can make a team view arrangement, and I can have a look on your software too, and we can merge on the problem. So we can have. I have the options to see it with my own eyes. It's everything for me. It's easier that we can work together, and I can show you. Well, let's have a look what we can do on this part of work, if you want to.
Because he's writing. No, it's not the same. So I think he has something different on his screen when he's open the same like you.
Okay.
So you are doing also some uploading on the other?
Yeah, sure, but it won't merge. It just is on the. I will have a new case.
What changes do you have in the full denture module, Raphael? Maybe you can show
full denture module now.
Well this.
Okay, full denture module.
Because there are also changes, yeah, in the Plovdiv. Is it correct?
Yeah, in the full denture module, like I said in the part before, so let me make a new part. So full denture, we can now have the options to just print the base and teeth, or just mill the base and teeth. So that's now the option in the Plovdiv update. We can decide what we are going to do. We are going to make sure which part of workflow we are going to start. We have, if we are going to print the full denture module, we have two parts of it. We just have the base on the part below, and then we have the teeth also as single part teeth. We can print only single half teeth, or we can make it just with connectors. So we have three parts for printing: the only jaw, the printing of the teeth for its own, and it's with connectors to one part. And now we also got the part of we can mill bases. We are now going with the material. We are allowed to, if it's going to be a monoblock, or is it just a mill or print base. So wasted. Okay. So there will be the option. We can add teeth on.
Okay. You're coming back to the question from who was it?
Like we are doing with the Pontic. I don't know where the question was.
Romina was.
But now we have the option.
From Romina was the question.
Romina, yeah, okay. Yeah, and now we have the possibility to put on anatomic parts of that, like we can use it in a simple way, so every single part, or we can use it in the chain way. So we are going to put on. So there will be no problem. I knew there was it, but I have to find it in a way. So they're like every part of the free-forming, like we can rotate them, we can scale them. We can also do it with a free form after we everything replaced it, and then we'll part of getting it over the module. So there will be no problem for that. We're just getting the minimal thickness, and then we are going to be the part that we can also mesh our teeth on that, and we can now scale it. Then we are able to fix it on the crown, and it's like on the Pontics or something in the way of it's getting fitted on the bar, and then we have the option to put on the chin. That will be no problem.
Okay, super, great, many thanks. It took some time, but the result is here. So I hope the question from Romina is answered with this, what you showed. Okay. Romina writes, thanks. So I think we answered her question. Yeah.
That we can use at different levels. So Raphael and Simon. So Raphael and Simon are have their own conversation.
Yes, I see it. Are there other questions? Because now we have Mr. Remmert live here, and we can show whatever you like, and he's the specialist. So use this time if you like. Time consuming if we put separately.
You mean Mohammed means if we put every teeth separated, but there is the chain mode, so we can scale it in this chain mode to be a bit smaller, and then we can replace it on the right part of it. So sure, the time consuming, we put every teeth separately. We are going to scale every teeth separately. Sure, I agree with that. But for this, we got the chain mode, so we can scale it in the chain mode. Every part of the teeth smaller, smaller. And then we have the option that we can do it in the chain mode, and we can also switch between the chain mode and the free set mode. So there's the part that we are going to have the options that it's a bit faster. So, but I'm just sure it's time wasting, but I'm just a fan of this separately checking of the dentures.
Okay.
Is there an option in the new version?
Yeah, you're reading. Is there an option in the new version to create a cast construction? Also für Gießen, ne? Mhm.
Discussion. Can you explain how to design the complete denture? Sure. Yeah, we'll do it in a fast way because it's full denture. So we are just so like it's a little bit of the fast way of the full denture. Our guest 938 for asked it. We have the in the workflow we have the part of an simple model analytic or an complete model analytic, like everybody knows from his learning phases from dental technician. We are of the parts of that. We are getting through the workflow, yeah. Or why? Okay, I can't put on. So the model analytic, yeah. Now it's just like in workflow. We have the occlusal part, yeah, the occlusal plane, and then we are going to make the papilla incisiva on the middle part. Then we're going to make the tuber part. We are going to make the middle part. The part of the 3-point connection over the nose wings. We're going to part of the 4, the first premolar parts in the leg. It's like you're going to make a model analytic like you were doing in the real part of a full denture model, if you're going to. And then the teeth will make his place, or the full teeth will make his place after, if you're going to represent it. So we're going to be here. It's like in workflow, it will guide you on what we're going to make the points. So you can see the middle of the jaw files. We can change that now. So it's like everything we can do in the things. Then the six positioning, it's an automatically part of the points, but we can also scale it on the jaw on the line. Now my program won't go further. Okay. Now we are going to be in the part of the model jaw. So now we see our occlusal plane. We see our middle part of the line we are setting on the jaws. And now we have the option that we can also do every part of teeth. So we are going from beta to ruthenium to polydent to myosin to exocad generic. We also got the exocad generic here, and we have got the gap teeth, denspliciona teeth. So now we are going to just which part we are going to want. We just can move now to make the front part. Just only set the front page, only set the front teeth, only set the sideway of the teeth, and it automatically also changes. So we can also mix teeth. We are not like I said, well, I would say we are not fixed on what we do. We can just do dent-splice Zirona teeth, and then we are going to say there we will train to this in the front and the side backs, and then the front mix the teeth. We can go. We have the possibilities to make side way of the premolar teeth in another library, a teeth library from the front pages of the teeth. And now then there will be the option like we are going to have in the G-cane mode, like we said on the other part, or we just make the position that we can move everything flow or everything free, or we can do it in the change mode. So we can now, like you see, just the front part, just with the side part. So we have everything right. And as more correctly we are going to make the model analytics. Yeah. So there will be then the part that we are going to see like the teeth will go. Yeah. Where the software is automatically put on the teeth. Yeah. So that's a little bit like in this way. It's just now it's not nice now, but just that we can go further. So now we can freeform, like we are now every part of we can freeform. We can do it with the shrinking. We can do put on teeth on and out, up and down. So just like the freeform mode, everyone knows. So now we are going to make the part of the denture bottom side. Let's just let it know everything in the normal part.
So while the machine is running, there's also the question how to arrange teeth in different occlusal schemes, like balanced occlusal and linguist occlusion in complete denture.
Yeah, that's like the part. I must go back. We just now have the option just only put the teeth here in this way to make the positioning for that teeth. I think then it's better we can now just work with now 3 parts. So okay, the part of the movements we are just now able to, well, we are only able to, next way, one step. So, like as you said, don't put on the front. Something guest asked. Maybe can you upgrade the future? You're sure we can. That's no problem. We are now only able to put on the front part of the pages and the side part of the pages. So it's a little bit of you must play with that guest arts. You must play for that that we have the occlusion, lingual occlusion, and with some example, we are going to make the front without any contact. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. It's a little bit like you see in the chain mode, everything is moving. So you must have to put on. Yeah. What can we do? How can I explain it in a real way? So that you are going to make a cross bite or a head bite. Guess is that's what you the question in which way do you want to go, like cross bite or head bite? Oh, Mohammed asked, answered.
So I hope you answered the question.
Yeah, Mohammed answered for me too. He answered the question for guest 938.
Yes, but you showed the answer.
Yeah, I showed it on the page, and he answered him right away.
Okay. Yes, but parallel you worked on another question. Is it correct?
Which question?
I
The
think
question from Romina said, then Simon and Raphael discussed the thing. Mohammed
okay, so we
answered
can close the full denture, I think.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So there's you. Any questions on the part? Is there an option?
We'll now close the full denture. Raphael?
Yeah, sure. Full denture. Yeah, I closed the full denture. Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you, yeah.
Okay. Network is. Oh, getting a network. It says your stream may be lagging. Why? Now it's better. Sorry, the answer.
Schreib einfach, was du machst, Raphael.
Yeah, I'm just trying to comprehend with Mohammed, looking which part the time consuming if you put it separately, an arrangement on the occlusal plane. Very nice. I'm trying to follow the chat, so.
Yes, but maybe we can finish the full denture.
Yeah, I also closed the full denture module. I'm just looking at the chat now. How to check
the case was finished.
Yeah. Thank you anyway. Okay.
Oh, how to take jaw relationship registration. Do you see this question?
How to take jaw relations and registration in a full denture? Yeah, you mean the how to take jaw relation registration? Like you were going to put on this guest 938, or what are you trying to? How to record jaw relation in a complete denture? You mean like that, or is it just with an articulator, or?
So Finn, maybe you will, yeah. Maybe you can just show how you do the relationship with the jaw?
The jaws, like we are getting here, it's just over the scanner. We are getting, meaning how to transfer jaw relation in complete denture to CAD/CAM computer. Okay. It's just it's just about the scanner and the wax in the between. We're starting from the scanning. We are going to scan everything in the scanner. So the jaw relation will be set to the articulator in the scanner. So the wax walls, like you see here, everything's scanned. So then there we get the relationship or the relating part of the jaws in the CAD, not CAM.
So you have it, so you fix it before you scan it. Is it correct?
You can, yes, you fix it before you scan it like the normal way in the articulator. You're going to put it on the wax walls and going to put on everything on the models. Then scan it in the scanning way, just like normal way in an occlusion. So we are going to scan just the parts of the jaw scans, like bottom and top, upper jaw, lower jaw scans, and then it's like a vestibular scan, or it's just like a lingual scan. We are going to put on the side the wax walls, like you see here. And then we got the registration on the byte registration. What is the relationship in the CAD from the articulator we are going to put on the analog way. So we have to articulate it, and then we are going to have it in the.
Okay, so it's made before you start in the articulator.
It's made before you start. Yes, it's made before you start, and then we are going to make it with a coordinate system from the scanner, and then it's like every part of we are scanning these models with an occlusion plane or just with an articulating scan from the scanner, and then we are going to put on it in the CAD.
There's the question, any articulator, question mark?
Yeah, any articulator. You can use any articulator. It's just like you said, articulator A, S, just an occlusion if you want. There would be no problem.
Yeah, because the scanner is scanning, so for the scanner it doesn't matter which articulator. Is it correct?
Yeah, it does. Sure, it does. Yeah, sure, it doesn't matter. We just can do it in the it's just on an occlusion. Yeah, we take it on the blade and hold it together in the scanner. That's no problem. We just now have the permission that we have the relation where it matches or then merge later the scanning files or scanning files.
Okay, thank you. So there was no question anymore. So I think we had the full denture, but then we had Simon and Mohammed. They were talking about writing a lot. So I don't know if there are now open questions from Simon or from Mohammed.
They're talking with each other, I think.
Also, any type of occlusion will be adjusted automatically.
But with the difficult way, I just.
So, Mohammed, for the trial version, do you have to ask your dealer in the country? So, the Schutzdealer. Or you can also write to Schutz Export.
Oh, thank you very much, Simon, for your.
So I think no question anymore. So I don't know, Raphael, if there's something very, very interesting what you have to show or what you like to show to our participants that you say this is a must you have to see before we finish this meeting. Raphael, is there something you said it's very important to know?
Yeah, no, I showed everything in my slides, and the best parts now from the substructures and full denture. And yeah, that's all from me.
Okay, so I think
Simon, you can write to our export that we can make an arrangement with our email addresses, and then you can show me or send me your TeamViewer, and then we have a look if I can help you anyways.
Yeah, I think for special questions, we are always pleased to help you with an extra webinar or with the short TeamViewer help. So I think this is much easier. In the overview that you got from Mr. Remmert, I think it was interesting for you. For me, it was, but I'm also not a technician, so I think it was more interesting for you than for me. I thank you. Please stay healthy, stay at home, so that we can see each other hopefully soon in person in every country where we like to see us and exhibitions. And thank you very much for your support. Raphael, willst du noch was sagen?
No, thank you very much that I can make your day a little bit better with this webinar. I hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you next time. So we do a webinar, we can do a TeamViewer meeting, or just wait for the next update. New York, Munich, or Belfast. I don't know what Exocad will do.
Yeah. Okay, stay healthy and many thanks to everyone. Have a nice day.